Have you heard about this phenomenon about hushing your house? So I first heard about it from my friend Dawn over at the Minimal Mom. Essentially what it is you take everything out of the room and you let the room sit with nothing in it, and then you very strategically bring things back inside. So I decided this summer we are hushing all 3 of my son's bedrooms. We're taking everything out. Everything goes. We're gonna burn it to the ground. Come with me, won't you? Okay, I'm gonna kick it off in my son Ryan's room. He is 12 years old. My 15-year-old and my 12-year-old are the same height. My 15-year-old's really small for his age, and my 12-year-old's tall for his age. So they're the same height, but they have spectacularly different body types. So when those 2 boys grow out of clothes, like they can't switch, there's no more hand-me-downs. And if you've ever had teenage boys or kids that go through a growth spurt, you know that they blast through the clothes and shoes when they're hitting those growth spurts. So we're in the stage where we're just like cycling through clothing a lot. So it's really helpful to do an activity like this and make the kids go through their underwear, their socks, their pants, their shirts, because we end up donating most of it. Like most of it ends up going, and then the kids are left with 5 shirts and 1 pair of pants. 1 pair of pants is a little on the light side, but 5 shirts is usually okay. So the declutter of the clothing probably will continue until all of my kids are out of the house, because they grow so fast, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're going through Ryan's things in his room, and I have this bike hanging wall mount, and we thought it would be super cool to hang his mountain bike in here, but the problem is his mountain bike is too thick. The crossbar is too wide for this mount. So unfortunately it didn't work. We thought that would be so cool. And then we ended up throwing away so much stuff out of this closet, things, his little treasures that are important for 6 months, and then they don't care about anymore. Hey, here is everything we pulled out of the room. 2 very overflowing laundry baskets, a memory box, bunch of books, trash can, plus 2 full trash bags of donations. And we haven't even gone through all the laundry yet. We are running through like bedding and a huge pile of dirty laundry and clothes that were all over the floor. So I suspect this will increase to more than just this. 2 full trash bags out of the room of stuff that like didn't fit. And I'm changing out the curtains because this was not working for me. What do you think?
Simple.
Because there's nothing in there?
Yeah.
It's easy to see because there's nothing here?
It's easy to not look at anything if there's nothing there.
All right. Okay, this has been sitting for 2 full days now. So I think it's time to go through this with Ryan and figure out what's going back into his room. But before we do that, I want to tell you what happened in his room while this was sitting here. There's nothing in this room. There's nothing. Like we have a couple things in the closet, but there's no toys, there's no books, there's nothing. And in the 2 days that we had him live with it like this, I noticed something really, really telling. We came home from church yesterday and his church clothes, pants, socks, shoes strewn throughout the entire room. There's nothing in here, there's no mess, but he still struggles with putting the shoes on this shoe rack and putting the dirty socks in a basket. That was truly shocking. And if the room still had all the stuff in it, I don't think we would have noticed that the habits aren't there, because it's just always in a state of chaos. So that was super eye-opening. And I also noticed he collects treasures because he snuck these back into his room. And this, I don't even know why. This is like the thing you go to the dentist with like a ball in it or something. He's like snuck these back into his room, his little treasures. So as we go through everything, we need to have a spot for treasures. Really eye-opening. All right, we gotta go through all the stuff now. I think this is the hard part, which is time to go through the items that we've kept out and hopefully throw away more than half of it is the goal. So why don't you go grab a trash bag? Okay. I know some of this needs to be reallocated to like the books need to go in the bookshelf and toys need to go back downstairs. But he does have a lot of treasures, so let's see what happens. We're back in the room putting some of the things back in the closet. So we do have some medals right here from mountain biking and no good spot to put them. So for now, they're going to go in the memory box like that. And the memory box is gonna go up on top. Here we have all the soccer gear. We have one more soccer game tomorrow. And then after tomorrow, these will get put away for the season because he won't play again until fall, if he chooses to play again at all. So the last few items that he wanted to keep are some of his Crunch Labs items. It's Mark Rober's like Kiwi crate. stuff basically. It was a Christmas gift. He has a few that he really likes. So we will reallocate those on the remaining shelves and up on top. And that's pretty much all that's coming back. Today we are in my 15-year-old's room. This room might become my office. So this is an excellent opportunity to kind of clear everything out. And especially because he's gone at a camp right now. He'll be gone for a few days. He won't even miss the stuff. He's just gonna come back and then like see it empty. So I think I'm gonna wash the sheets. I don't know if these clothes are clean. I suspect they are because that's how he rolls. There's definitely some garbage up in here and things that don't belong. So I'm just gonna grab some bins, start packing everything up, and it's gonna skedaddle out. I do love the Helix mattress. They're sponsoring today's video. Have you not heard about Helix yet? Are you brand new to my channel? Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding designed to fit you, your lifestyle, and your home. Listen, purchasing a mattress has got to be one of the most annoying things I have ever done, but Helix makes it easy because you shop online. You take an online quiz if you're a back sleeper, a side sleeper, a tummy sleeper, and then they will recommend a mattress to you, and then it comes shipped to your house, rolled up in a box. You bring it inside, you open it up, and it's ready to sleep on in 2 hours. Buying something as huge as a mattress online when you can't try it out in a store can feel super scary. But that's why Helix gives you a 100-night sleep trial, so you can test it for 100 nights. You don't like it? They're gonna make it right. Did I mention there's free shipping in the United States? Did I mention there's a 10-year warranty? Did I also mention that they have payment plans and financing options if you need it? We've had all of our Helix mattresses in our house for a couple of years now. They're amazing. We have never slept better. Why do you think it looks like I'm aging backwards? It's because of all the sleep, my friends. So Helix is hooking you guys up with 20% off of any of their Helix mattresses plus 2 free pillows with my code. It's the first link down in the doobly-doo. It's helixsleep.com/frugalfitmom. 20% off. Whoa. Christine, you got that wrong. Helix has extended the 4th of July sale through the end of July. That means if you missed the 4th of July sale that happened a little bit ago, a couple weeks ago, it's still going. They extended it out for you guys. It's 30%. 30% off of your Luxe or Elite mattresses, or 25% off the rest of the site. Site-wide, anything else, 25%. This is the best deal I have ever seen on Helix. 30% off the Luxe and Elite mattresses for the 4th of July sale, running through the end of July. Do not miss this sale. I've never seen its equal. During this process, I learned a few things and I had a few thoughts. I'd love to share them with you if you will indulge me for a second. Number one, this is a massive project. If I had just done one room instead of all 3 of my teenage son's rooms, that would have been more manageable. Typically, the way I like to do things is I go into everything overconfident and then shocked when it's as challenging as it is, because I don't take small steps in anything. I jump really, really big and then fail to reach the other side. So not only was this project harder than I thought it would be, it took significantly longer than I thought it would, and wanted to quit a lot of times. I don't think hushing a room is maybe the first step you would make in a declutter journey, unless it's already fairly pared down. And I definitely wouldn't do 3 rooms at one time. I would do 1 room and just call it good with the 1 room until you're finished and you've let it breathe for a while, let it marinate, see if you're willing to tackle it again, take a few naps before you jump in to another room. And I didn't do that. I'm taking out the nightstands, and I'll tell you why. I really like them. I like the color. They're solid wood. They're a painted solid wood. I hate that they're open. They're open shelves. You can't hide anything in them. I'm just gonna go take a picture and put them on Facebook Marketplace, and these are gonna be gone. They're beautiful. They're just not functional without drawers. After I cleared everything out of Tyler's room, he came back from the camp and was able to help me go through all of his clothes and declutter. We got rid of bags and bags and bags of clothes and toys, garbage. There was just garbage, and he did help go through and sort all of those things. So we donated bags upon bags. We threw away bags upon bags. And he was left with his favorite things, the things he really loves. And then the whole hush your house situation escalated quickly. Let's move into Andrew's room and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Room is empty. Here's what I've noticed. I am warm. It's not a big room. With the queen bed in it, it's Like it could barely fit a queen bed and a dresser. I almost don't even want the dresser in here. And also I painted this dresser a few years ago. I don't know if you remember that. I used chalk paint. It was a horrible experience. It looks like crap. It looks awful. You can see every fingerprint, every smudge, and I have scrubbed it. Christina's not a fan of chalk paint. The green dressers officially sold. Had like 10 people interested in that, and the white dresser with the chalk paint, that's gone too. We didn't sell it. We actually just gave it to someone who needed one. So that's gone, which means we're down a dresser. I have 3 sons and 2 dressers. What to do? This is Tyler's stuff. He had almost nothing. This tiny little pile of things. Did I mention my 17-year-old son is also at the camp? Should I run down and do his room too? Should we do his room too? I did talk to him about it and he was very excited. Like he was like, I can't wait to clean out my room. I may just do it while he's gone. I have 2 bookshelves in there. I think they are outy, my friends. Well, this is not a big room either. It feels kind of like cramped in this little room, but I'm thinking there's just too much furniture and it's not even being utilized. I have these 2 bookshelves over here because I thought they would make like cool like nightstands or whatever. No, there's nothing on them. Everything's on the floor. So I'm thinking we're selling them. They're going. And then we've got a bunch of clothes. I think these are all clean and he just didn't have time to put them away before he went on this camp. I think this chair is going. I think I'm gonna sell this chair also. I don't know what's going on with these extra blankets here. My son's super into Rubik's Cubes, so those have to stay. And this little IKEA dresser does fit in here very nicely, but we've got like a shoe situation. We can fix this. So maybe I'll come in the closet first and then the room. The chair goes. The chair is gone. Okay, I have some empty bins here that I'll use for the non-clothes items. But for the clothes items that are here, I do have this basket. So I think I'm just gonna move them all into here. I think also I'm gonna wash these sheets and blankets while I'm in here. I mean, he usually does it himself. He's pretty good at it. But he is gone for this camp and I'm here, and it might be nice for him to come back and have like, you know, a nicely made bed and stuff. So I believe these are all clean clothes, but we're gonna get him out of here until he comes home. Wow, this is filthy. Okay, we're gonna wash that. Wow. 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 Funny story. So he gets home from this camp in 2 days, and then he's home for a day, and he goes to this like week-long adventure camp where they're gonna be doing canyoneering and whitewater rafting. It's super cool. I didn't originally plan on that, but we did go to the store and get him some snacks that he could take with him to this adventure camp. They did recommend it in the pack list. So we're just gonna pack up all the snacks so they're not just like all over the floor. Of course that's what he would do. He does like this fan in the summertime, but it's so big and bulky. I'm wondering if we could replace it with something smaller. This ceiling is almost too low for a ceiling fan. Maybe Amazon has some good ideas, but it's so huge and takes up so much floor space. We'll get this out and then we'll get the bedding and start washing that. That's already made a huge difference. Like big bulky fan, chair, clothes, and bedding. Okay, so this was my son's mountain biking bag, and then when we went camping in Zion, he left it on the ground and the squirrels ate all the zippers and now they're broken. So I think this is garbage. He has had this bag for so long. And then we'll just clear all these off and he can decide what he wants to go back on here later. Like it's summer. He doesn't need this many sweatshirts and coats out right now, you know? It's like ridiculous. I love these hooks. I got them from Target, I think. But the point was to only have like one. Oh, a rain jacket. He kept saying he didn't have one. Lies. Isn't this nice? One hat, one jacket, a backpack, right? Like, that's what it's for, not a million sweatshirts and backpacks. Oh, it's looking so good in here. Those bookcases that you are watching me declutter right now, sold the bookcases. Took maybe 1 or 2 days on Facebook Marketplace. Gone. I also sold an entry table. I sold so many like big bulky items. So there's no more nightstands. There's no more bookcases. Here's the deal with small rooms. My house has fairly small bedrooms except for one in the basement. They just cannot tolerate a lot of furniture. You put furniture in them and they just feel tiny and cramped. It can barely get queen size beds in here, like barely. And there's just not really a lot of room for anything else. So I say by eliminating the stuff and eliminating the extra furniture, the rooms are looking quite a bit more spacious, luxurious, and possibly easier to keep clean. Hopefully, that's the goal. Okay, this is Andrew's pile of stuff that came out of the room. Well, the hushing the rooms has escalated quickly into room switcheroo. So we've been moved into room trading at this point. This is the biggest bedroom in the house. Andrew just got back from his camp that he went to yesterday. It's like a week-long camp. And I just asked him, I was like, do you want to move into the bigger room? You know, he's 17, he's gonna be a senior next year. And he said, you know what, I'd really like that. So welcome to Andrew's new room. We'll be moving in his bed here in 2 shakes. And then his room, which will be hushed and empty, Tyler is going to be coming down into that one. It's a wild ride. Come with us. Number 2, if you're doing it in a kid's room and you need their help in making decisions, that makes it more challenging. If you're doing your own office, your own kitchen, and you're only dealing with you, that's easier. So take that into account also if you're thinking about doing something like this. Here's another part. I've been decluttering my house for years at this point. I really think it stemmed from having no money and not having anything. Do you remember on TLC when they're like, oh, you can decorate a room by shopping your house? Yeah, I didn't have anything in my house. So shopping my house looked like me walking around an empty house because all those things cost money. So I didn't have any of them. So when I would find great deals, like at a thrift store or a garage sale or on Craigslist or something like that, I would overbuy quantity at a really cheap price to compensate for my own personal feelings of failure because I didn't have money to buy stuff. Now take that times 4 kids and a whole lot of bargain shopping. My house filled up relatively quickly. And I didn't spend a lot of money on anything, but my house got too full and it was overwhelming and I didn't know there was another way. I didn't know that not having stuff was an option. That wasn't the type of house that I grew up in. So this is quite a learning journey for me. So if you feel like you're just never quite there, that's okay. I just think it's a lifelong learning process, which is fine. And here's the thing is things keep coming into your house anyway. People gift you things, you get hand-me-downs from stuff, your kids keep growing, so they keep needing more clothes, and maybe you forgot to declutter the old clothes. These things happen. So as I'm digging through, like going into a really deep dive of all my kids' rooms, it's once again eye-opening that like, wow, this is something that we need to continually work out, continually declutter, constantly go through and make changes. So I like all of the suggestions by all of the experts. I like tackling an area for 5 minutes a day. I made a whole video on it. I like my friend Cass's idea from Clutterbug, the 21 item declutter or toss, where you grab a bag and you have to put 21 items in it. You do that every day for a week, you've made huge progress. I like the hushing a room, going into a room and pulling everything out and really strategically thinking about things you actually want to keep instead of thinking about the things you want to get rid of. Don't mind the outfit change and crazy hair. This is why it takes so long to get projects done at my house, is we had to leave for several hours to go to mountain bike practice. Dave and I are both coaches. We just got home, all the boys are eating. I have this tension rod. I'm hoping will fit on the inside because this window setting is very deep in the wall, along with these blackout curtains that I got from Walmart. Step 1, is this long enough? Okay, yes, it's long enough. Obviously they're too long, but they may just, I may hem them later. And oh yeah, they only had one panel. But I like this one because it's white on the front, but black on the inside, which means it really will block the sun nicely on half the window because I don't have 2 panels. But whatever, we're doing what we can. But it's definitely better than nothing. Actually looks very sad. Now, I know that you just moved into this room, but now that we've kind of put it together, and by we, I mean you.
Yes.
What do you think?
It's way bigger.
Yeah, it is.
That other room was tiny compared to this one.
that other room is really small.
It barely had room for my bed.
We decluttered a good amount of stuff.
Yeah, I threw a lot of stuff away.
They're gonna think you literally threw it away.
And then I donated other things.
A lot of things. Do you think that you're a clean person, or do you think your natural state is messiness?
I feel like I'm usually clean. I just don't like to put clean clothes away. But besides that, I am clean.
Surprise! Tyler's room is now this room. He is in Andrew's old room. We have totally changed the layout of this room. This is the smallest room ever. It is so little. But I do feel like with the bed in front of the window, it's not the most like ideal way to do it, but with the bed in front of the window, the room does feel bigger than when we had the bed on this wall. It was very cramped that way. Anyway, Tyler, what do you think about your new room?
I think I like it a lot better. Well, first of all, it's clean at the moment.
So are you saying you enjoy a clean room?
Yeah, I'm just too lazy to clean it, usually. But I like how dark it is when we close.
The blackout curtains.
Yeah.
We've decluttered quite a bit. Do you think that's gonna help you keep the room clean?
For about 2 days.
For about 2 days. So, what did you think about hushing the bedrooms?
I sleep better. It's quieter.
It's quieter.
Darker.
That bedroom downstairs is very quiet.
I like that my room is bigger.
Yeah, you've got the biggest room now.
I do.
Bigger than mine.
I had way too much stuff.
You had way too much stuff? Did you
Yeah.
think you had too much stuff?
I had too much clothes. Like, I mean, not too much clothes, but like, most of them didn't fit or I didn't want them.
Too much stuff that doesn't fit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so too much clothes.
Yeah.
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 What about you?
I threw away a few things, but most of the stuff that I had was just like, why is this in my room? This should be in a different room of the house.
Oh, stuff that doesn't belong
Or
in your room.
be donated or stuff like that.
Interesting. So are you happy with your rooms now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here.
Glad we did it?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Wait.
let's break it down for you.